Imagine this. You are a diplomat stationed in a foreign country. Your days are filled with meetings, negotiations, and cultural exchanges. You are the bridge between nations, fostering understanding and cooperation. Your job is to build bridges and navigate international relations. Every handshake, every conversation, every agreement is a step towards a more connected world. One day, you wake up with a piercing ringing in your ears. It's not just a minor annoyance, it's a sound that seems to penetrate your very being, making it impossible to ignore. You feel dizzy, nauseous, and disoriented. The room spins around you and you struggle to keep your balance. It's as if the world you once knew has been turned upside down. You experience debilitating headaches and have trouble concentrating. The pain is relentless, and it feels like your mind is under siege. Tasks that were once routine now seem insurmountable. Your world, once filled with the buzz of diplomatic meetings and cultural exchanges, is now shrouded in silence and fear. The vibrant life you led is replaced by a haunting stillness. This is the terrifying reality for those suffering from Havana Syndrome. It's a condition that has left many in a state of constant fear and uncertainty. This mysterious illness first came to light in 2016, affecting American and Canadian diplomats stationed in Havana, Cuba. It was a shocking revelation that sent ripples through the international community. The symptoms, as varied as they are debilitating, pointed to a potential attack on foreign officials. The range of symptoms made it difficult to pinpoint a single cause, adding to the confusion and fear. The cause, however, remained elusive, sparking a wave of speculation and fear that continues to this day. Was it a new form of surveillance, a weapon, or something else entirely? The initial cases in Cuba were just the tip of the iceberg. As more reports surfaced, it became clear that this was not an isolated incident. A chilling pattern emerged, suggesting a deliberate and targeted campaign. The implications were staggering, raising questions about the safety of diplomats worldwide. The potential implications for international relations and the safety of diplomatic personnel are profound. If diplomats are not safe, what does that mean for the future of diplomacy? The mystery of Havana Syndrome serves as a stark reminder of the unseen forces that can impact our lives. It is a story that underscores the vulnerability of those who serve on the front lines of international relations. The search for answers continues, with scientists and investigators working tirelessly to uncover the truth. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. It is a story of scientific inquiry, geopolitical intrigue, and the human cost of a silent and invisible threat. The quest for understanding Havana Syndrome is not just about solving a medical mystery. It's about ensuring the safety and security of those who dedicate their lives to diplomacy. As we delve deeper into this enigma, we are reminded of the resilience and courage of those affected. Their stories are a testament to the enduring spirit of diplomacy, even in the face of an invisible adversary. The world of diplomacy is one of delicate balances and intricate negotiations. Havana Syndrome has disrupted this world, but it has also highlighted the importance of vigilance and solidarity among nations. The journey to uncover the truth behind Havana Syndrome is ongoing. It is a journey that requires collaboration, determination, and an unwavering commitment to uncovering the unseen threats that lurk in the shadows. In the end, the story of Havana Syndrome is a reminder that in the world of international relations, the greatest threats are often the ones we cannot see. It is a call to action for all of us to remain vigilant, to seek the truth, and to protect those who serve on the front lines of diplomacy. As we continue to explore this silent threat in the shadows, we must remember that the pursuit of peace and understanding is a journey fraught with challenges. But it is a journey worth taking for the sake of a safer and more connected world. The story of Havana Syndrome begins in late 2016. American diplomats stationed in Havana, Cuba, started reporting unusual and disturbing health incidents. They described a range of symptoms, including ear pain, headaches, vertigo, and cognitive difficulties. These incidents typically occurred at night, often inside the diplomats' homes or hotel rooms. Some victims reported hearing strange sounds like buzzing or grinding before the onset of their symptoms. The US government took these reports seriously. The State Department initiated an investigation and evacuated most of its personnel from the embassy in Havana. Canadian diplomats also reported similar experiences. The Cuban government denied any involvement in these incidents. The lack of a clear explanation and the potential for a targeted attack on diplomats created a climate of fear and uncertainty. The incident marked the beginning of a global health mystery that continues to baffle experts and raise concerns about a new form of weaponized technology. What began in Havana did not stay confined to the island nation. The initial reports of mysterious illnesses among U.S. diplomats in Cuba were just the beginning of a much larger and more troubling story. In the years that followed, reports of similar symptoms surfaced from different parts of the world. These symptoms included headaches, dizziness, and cognitive difficulties, which were eerily similar to those first reported in Havana. U.S. diplomats and intelligence officials stationed in China, Russia, and other countries reported experiencing the same debilitating symptoms. The consistency of these reports across various locations raised alarms within the international community. The geographical spread of the syndrome suggested that the phenomenon was not isolated to a specific location or region. It became clear that this was a global issue, affecting personnel in multiple countries. This raised further concerns about a potential global threat and the possibility of a coordinated attack on diplomatic personnel. Security measures were heightened, and investigations were launched to determine the cause and source of these mysterious illnesses. Even more concerning, Havana Syndrome was no longer confined to embassies and government buildings. Reports began to emerge of diplomats and intelligence officials experiencing symptoms in their own homes, far from their official workplaces. Cases were reported among diplomats and intelligence officials within the United States, both at home and while traveling abroad. This development suggested that the syndrome could strike anywhere, at any time, adding to the growing sense of unease. This widening net of victims heightened anxieties and fueled speculation about the nature and source of the attacks. Media coverage was rampant, with theories ranging from sonic weapons to microwave radiation being discussed. The mysterious illness had seemingly gone global, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and a growing sense of vulnerability among those who served their countries abroad. The international community continued to search for answers, but the enigma of Havana Syndrome remained unsolved, casting a long shadow over diplomatic missions worldwide. The bizarre nature of Havana Syndrome and the lack of any visible injuries led investigators down a rabbit hole of potential causes. The symptoms reported by the victims were varied and perplexing, ranging from headaches and dizziness to cognitive difficulties and hearing loss. This wide array of symptoms made it challenging to pinpoint a single cause, leading to numerous theories and extensive investigations. One of the earliest and most prominent theories centered around the possibility of sonic attacks. The idea was that a device emitting high-frequency sound waves could be used to target individuals, causing the array of symptoms reported by the victims. Some victims reported hearing strange sounds before the onset of their symptoms, fueling speculation about the use of high-frequency sound waves as a weapon. These sounds were often described as buzzing, grinding, or piercing noises that seemed to come from nowhere, adding to the mystery and fear surrounding the incidents. While sound can be harmful at high intensities, experts debated whether sound waves alone could cause the range of symptoms reported. The scientific community was divided, with some researchers arguing that the symptoms could be psychosomatic, while others believed that there was a genuine physical cause that had yet to be identified. Another theory focused on microwave radiation as a potential culprit. This theory suggested that devices emitting microwave radiation could be used to target individuals, causing damage to their brain and other tissues. Microwaves at high energy levels can heat body tissues and cause damage to the brain. This theory gained traction because microwaves are known to penetrate the body and can cause internal damage without leaving external marks, which could explain the lack of visible injuries on the victims. Proponents of this theory pointed to the potential use of directed energy weapons, which could emit focused beams of microwave radiation. These weapons, often discussed in military contexts, could theoretically be used to target individuals from a distance, making them a plausible explanation for the mysterious symptoms. However, evidence to support the microwave theory remained elusive. Despite extensive investigations, no conclusive proof of microwave radiation was found at the sites of the alleged attacks. This lack of evidence made it difficult to confirm the theory and left many questions unanswered. The lack of any detectable radiation at the sites of the alleged attacks and the absence of burn injuries on the victims cast doubt on this explanation. The scientific community continued to search for answers, exploring other potential causes and considering the possibility that multiple factors could be at play. The mystery of Havana Syndrome remained unsolved, with researchers and investigators determined to uncover the truth behind these perplexing incidents. As the search for a definitive cause continued, some experts began to explore the possibility that psychological factors might play a role in Havana Syndrome. They argued that the stress of diplomatic life, combined with the unusual circumstances and media attention surrounding the initial cases, could have triggered a mass psychogenic illness. Mass psychogenic illness, also known as mass hysteria, occurs when a group of people experience similar physical symptoms in the absence of any physical cause. Proponents of this theory pointed to the fact that many of the symptoms reported in Havana Syndrome, such as headaches, dizziness, and cognitive difficulties, could be attributed to stress and anxiety. However, the psychological explanation faced significant pushback from victims and many experts. Critics argued that it downplayed the very real suffering of those affected and failed to account for the specific patterns and circumstances surrounding the incidents. To stay updated on the latest developments and join the conversation, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your likes and subscribes help us more than you know.